How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about AMC. So like I've said in my previous videos, we ended up getting that test we were looking for above the 21-day EMA, and we were able just to test just under $21. But now we have a lot of choppiness inside of the market, and many people are asking me, where do I see this stock going for the coming weeks? So we'll talk about it further in this video. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder, you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is a technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for AMC. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $17.90, being down 5.49%. On the low, it tested $17.68, and then on the high, tested $19.20. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 31.954 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 53.177 million shares. So we did have below average volume on the day, and it's part of the reasons why we saw a pullback in the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it is at 45.42. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we're below the 200-day, the 100-day, the 50-day, and as well as the 21-day EMA. And like I've stated before, AMC is in a bear market, but I also did say that I wanted to see some price action above the 21-day EMA, and we ended up popping just being underneath $21. So if we see strength in the market for the coming week, then what I want to see from AMC, I want to see us get above 21 bucks and be able to get to the 50-day. That's at $21.63. I feel this is very doable for this stock. And another thing to be aware of is this $20 level. This does serve as a psychological area. Anytime we get any price action above it, we see some selling. So that's why I'm saying if we can get above 20, then we could easily get to the 50-day. I know I keep reiterating that, but I'm telling you guys that's what I'm seeing from the chart. If we end up continuing to have a pullback or the weakness in the market continues, then we can see AMC pulling back all the way around here around $16.75. And of course, you'd want to see how well it could hold up. If it can't hold up, then we can get down all the way to $16, and then we want to see if we can hold that up. But one thing that we do know for a fact, we do have interest that's coming into the stock because we have been able to build up an increasing level of support. So that's why I want to see us continue to hold the $17 level most preferably. So that could set us up so if we consolidate in this range that we are in, that we could still look forward to seeing that push all the way going into earnings. So let's see how it performs for the coming week. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for AMC. Scrolling down further on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So we're going to be taking a look at these recent filings. So we have Rinky Investments that purchased 52 shares. We also have Eversource Wealth Advisors LLC that purchased 55 shares. And we also have Carroll Investors Inc. that purchased 407 shares. And we have Zulo Investment Group Inc. that purchased 450 shares. And scrolling down further to see for the 15th, we have Lido Advisors LLC that purchased 8,578 shares. And we have Allstate Corp that purchased 52,865 shares. We have some closed position there. And then we have SG3 Management LLC with a put value of the shares 13,700. And we also see they have a share position of 13,700. So that's what we can see so far for the 15th. Oh, we also also have Oasis Management Co. Limited that has 8,500, and this was through a put. And then we have AB Variable Product Series that purchased 1,507 shares. And then we have Levin Capital Strategies LP that purchased 4,000 shares. And then we have National Pension Service that purchased 841,700 shares. So now when we take a look at the short interest, the off-exchange short volume ratio is at 54.72%, and then for the off-exchange short volume, it is just over 8.75 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 600,000, updated 10 minutes ago, and then for the short ball fee rate, it is at 0.72%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the 17th, it was at 59.61, and then for the close of the 18th being at 54.72. So what this continues to tell us, AMC does have short squeeze potential, and from what we have seen, institutions are continuing to load up on shares. So now let's move on to the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for AMC. So we see here on the inflow it's at 86.41, and then on the outflow it's at 91.06. Taking a look at the breakdown even further, on the large it was 0, on the medium it was 54.03, and then on the small it was 32.38. Taking a look at the outflow side, you can see on the large it was 1.09, on the medium it was 60.41, and then on the small it was 29.56. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for February the 18th, for the Friday that just passed, it was negative 1.09 million. When we analyze the numbers even further for the small scale orders that tend to represent the retail side, we had more buying than we had selling. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at the large, which represents whales, institutions, our funds, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 6.22%. So this is not too bad for a stock like AMC. We know that it's very liquid. There's a lot of demand in the market, and there's a lot of traders that show interest in this play. But one thing that is very clear, we are seeing a lot of interest on the retail side. And as far as for the large scale orders, I'm not too surprised with the outflows due to the conditions that we've been having inside of the market. So now let's go into the final thoughts, and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for AMC in regards to the price action, I want to see this stock get to $21 in the short term, and it is very doable, especially if we get past the resistance right around $19.64. And we know that $20 is a psychological area, since usually when we test that area, there's a lot of selling that is happening. But upon passing $19.64, if we have a lot of buying volume and the markets are strong, this is where I can see us get to 21 and move further up from there. If we end up seeing some more weakness, of course, I want to see us hold up support at $17. If we decide to pull back even more, then I'm going to be looking for support to hold at around $16.20. And if that breaks, you guys know we have to see if that $16 could actually hold up. Also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership, we could see institutions have continued to load up on AMC. So that is great, and I know that gives a lot of investors confidence. And when we took a look at the short interest information, it does continue to have short squeeze potential. But do know, this comes with a lot of volatility. So if you don't have the stomach for it, if you don't want to see your account going up and down on a continuous basis, please do not get into this play, because any money you decide to invest inside of the market, you cannot be afraid to lose it. And this is why I always emphasize doing your homework and do your due diligence before jumping into any play. And with the conditions that we've been having and the choppiness, we could see a further pullback, especially when we take into consideration potential war talks, and on top of that, the Feds and interest rates. There's just so many things that are going on. So this is why I say be prepared and know what your entry and as well as your exit is going to be. You got to have this all figured out before you push that buy button. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see how AMC performs for the coming week. We'll be talking real soon.